We think too much and feel too little.
Gus German here wants to adopt the country. Oblige him.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
What did they put in your kibble this morning?
Yo, Adrian, let me rock you.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
Why so serious?
This is the guy behind the guy behind the guy.
Time for Full Court Press with Connor. He has hot takes from In the Paint, tough picks from the top of the key, and the best scoops on the NBA from downtown.
Love having him on. It's Connor's Full Court Press, talking all things NBA. Connor, look back at the entire playoffs thus far. I mean, we're to the Conference Championships. Are there anything that really sticks out as, oh my goodness, I can't believe it? I think I would throw you the Pacers seem to be surprised me. You give me your overall look at the whole thing.
That is absolutely the big surprise. I would actually say this playoffs might be the most surprising in a long time. The thing I think of is Miami making the playoffs as a 10 seed, 3-4 years ago, making the finals, I should say. But Cleveland losing to Indiana in astonishing fashion is astonishing. Yeah. Boston, frankly, getting beat by New York even before the Jason Tatum injury was less astonishing, but still crazy. And honestly, I think the way the Minnesota ran through the Lakers was also very surprising. So there's been a lot of you don't know what you're going to get when the series starts.
Well, there were some in this so far. There have been some fantastic series. The Nuggets Clippers was a great series. I mean, just fun basketball to watch. The Nuggets and the Thunder, 7 games. What kills me about it when I look at the Thunder now, close up for the last 2 games, the fact the Nuggets gave the Thunder that big a run, I kudos to the Nuggets. I don't think we're fighting that. We're pillow fighting right now. We're not going to give them that run.
Yeah, we don't. As much as Anthony Edwards is a great player, he's not Jokic. And
not SG.
And I think that the Denver supporting cast is just better too. So that was probably going to be the best matchup in the West. Unfortunately for how things are going now.
Okay, let's bust down the East first. Now let's see how this is going. We have the Indiana Pacers up on the Knicks. Craziest finish to a game
ever.
That Halliburton kid, I'm sorry. If I needed someone who didn't know how to do heart surgery, I want him to do it because he fears nothing. I'll take it, no problem. I'll pretend I know what he throws up this ball, which was crazy. He's going for 2 to tie it. I thought steps back, gets the 2-pointer, but this thing hits the back of the rim, hits the front of the rim, goes up. Good God, 4 or 5 feet, and falls in to tie the game.
Yeah.
And then I think
the team hit 5 or 6 threes. I mean, just absolutely unbelievable run at the end to come back from double-digit deficit with 2 minutes left.
But this team has been doing this. That's the thing. Yeah. The Pacers don't care what the score is. Well, the only score they care about is at the final buzzer, and they're always ahead. So then they get an OT. I think the Knicks literally looked defeated, that they had given up that much. They were just, they fumbled the ball. So we're looking now at the second game. That will be this evening at 7 o'clock. The numbers are saying they're giving the Knicks 5.5.
Yeah, I think that it would not surprise me. Now, again, we just said this is a playoff series that full of surprise and playoffs full of surprise. And frankly, I think the Knicks were a little surprised by how that game ended. But don't be blown away if the Knicks blow away the Pacers tonight. I mean, I would not be surprised if it's a 20-point beatdown. With we can't believe what just happened. Not in the
not in our house. Really?
It would not surprise me. I think the Knicks are objectively a better team, but that doesn't mean that the Pacers have not proven that they can beat anybody. I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Well, anybody but the Thunder.
Thank you. We'll talk about that. The weird thing, the Knicks losing, it is such a thing. The NBA wants so bad to get the Knicks to the championship, right?
Yeah.
There's some golfer, Pack something. I don't know if you watched the golf this weekend. He's leading the whatever's going on there, wherever it's at. And they asked what inspired him. He's leading by 3 points. He goes, my Knicks losing. I was so mad. I got to fire him. So literally the golf guys are talking about the Knicks guys in their press conference. That's how bad the world wants the Knicks. I'm going to go. I'm sorry, Connor. I'm going to go against you on this one. I think the Pacers are going to say, no, look what we can do. And the Knicks will try, but you can't push that hard.
If they beat Milwaukee in 4, beat Cleveland in 4, and then they steal both the games from the Knicks to start this series, the Pacers are maybe the most ridiculous underdog in the history of the NBA. If that truly happens, I think that might be the most. Vegas is going to be ticked.
Yeah, they can lose their shorts.
Or really happy. Somebody's making a lot of money. I don't know.
Let's talk about the difference on the two sides real quick before we go to break. So you have the Cavaliers. I don't have their numbers up here. They're a 60-plus win team, and they're like 11, 12 games ahead of the next, right? They were dominant in the East. But they weren't the dominant team. Okay, they beat the Heat, but then the Pacers clock them. The East still close. Why do you give them a 60-game year? What was wrong with Cavaliers?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think that came back to kind of what we've talked about. I liken it to the Raiders back in the day, maybe 2015, Derek Carr. They won like 12, 13 games or something like that. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Raiders are for real. And they got smoked in the first round. And it's because they'd never done it before. They don't have anyone on the team that's done it before. That experience is just different. Now, you could contend that the Pacers haven't either, just to be fair. But I think Cleveland just got trapped. And I think they were completely shell-shocked. I think they got rocked right away, and they never recovered. I don't think Cleveland was really ever as good as OKC. Also, I think that those 2 1 seeds were clearly the best 2 teams, but clearly there was a big gap between them.
Well, you look at, again, the Western Conference. So, yes, Oklahoma City, 60-something games. They're 10, 12 games ahead of everybody. Got it. They were the creme de la creme. Everyone else, though, you're looking at a Timberwolves team that is in the conference finals, or working for the conference finals, and they were with week to play, hoping to not be the play-in team. That's how tight. You know what I'm saying? They were that squished up, and all of a sudden, now we're the 4th seed, whatever it was, and now we're flying through the 6th seed, whatever it was. But that's how close that was. So I see the idea that we could have beat the Lakers. I see that. Did I see it happen in 5 games? No, that was really strange to me. Us and the Warriors, I think that's a whole other situation if Steph doesn't bow out with what do you play, 13 minutes total? Yeah. I'm sorry, we won a couple games by 5. I think that we could have the way we're playing, we could have been bowed out there. We could have beat the Warriors, but that would have been a matchup. Yeah. But OKC, they come in and show that they are 10 games better than everybody else. They took the Nuggets, again, back to a 7-game series. Weren't the Nuggets the championship in the championship last year, right? They took those guys, said, no, we can play with you. I'm scared of them.
And beat them by 32. I mean, that game 7 wasn't even close. It wasn't even a fight. So, Oklahoma City, and it's interesting to watch them because we can talk about them here after the break, obviously, but they don't really do it the way I think teams have done it in the past. It's interesting.
We'll do that on this side. I will ask you this. Have you ever, because I don't think we've had you on since then, have you ever seen in a game 7 with 7.5 to play, everybody sat their people? The Nuggets, we're done. We're cooked. The coach said, he put him in a white flag. We're out. It was a game 7 with 7.5 minutes to play. Saddest thing I've ever seen. I know, it's the saddest thing I've ever seen. We'll talk about the Western Conference and our Minnesota Timberwolves right after this with Connor and Full Court Press.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
All right, this is where it gets hard, people. We got to talk about our Minnesota Timberwolves and the pillow fight that they are in. Let's go back to Tuesday's game if we can, quick. Julius Randle, great game, 28 points. He scored when he had to score. Anthony Edwards went away. He had one shot with I think, had 10 points game with 8 minutes to play. He took one shot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He comes out and yells, I only shot 13 times what it was. That's on him. He's your best player. But you look at every other player, Jaden, Gobert, Conley, all the way down to Naz. No one else had double digits.
Right.
Everyone else is 7, 6, 2 points. You're blown out. That's what happens. You get blown out when you can't, what do you put that first game on? Jitters?
Well, interestingly, there's a bit of a pattern emerging. It appears something's going wrong at halftime for the Timberwolves. The truth is they led a lot of the game, that first game, and then third quarter rolls around and they get stomped coming out of halftime. Obviously, We'll talk about the second game that happened last night. Similar trend. There's
14 points
on where they get that breather, they go in there and that intensity falls off. They come back out, they turn the ball over, they miss some shots, and all of a sudden Oklahoma City's up 12 or 15, and they blink and they go, the game's over, So I don't know exactly what to attribute it to. It feels like a coaching thing, but some sort of intensity is not happening now. Having two guys in double digits is not going to win any game. I don't care who you're playing against. That just can't happen. So they need more from more players for sure.
So that's what everybody talks about. From Tuesday to Thursday, everybody's got to step up. Everybody knows it. Now, you're going to look at it from OKC's point of view. Going to be hard to stop Ant. We did it one game. Can you stop Ant and Randall? Well, they got in Randall's head. Randall scores 6 points total in last night's game. The others come up. McDaniels comes up. Reed got 10. I'm looking at scores. Alexander Walker got 17. People were playing. Anthony comes out, shoots his lights out. He gets 32. We still lose with the double digits. I just don't know if we have it. Every one of our players got to get Randall back in. Gobert's got to play something. Gobert's got to wake the heck up. Yeah. But every one of them has to be on their A game, it would seem, for us to win. There's no
It
fault.
was the same thing last night, as I said with the first game. I think the stat was in the first, second, and fourth quarter, they outscored us by 1 point.
Really?
It was literally 5 minutes in the third quarter where they went on. They outscored us by 15 points. Where the game was over. We lost it, just in that moment. I think we had 5 turnovers and we missed 3 shots, and all of a sudden, Gilgeous-Alexander has 11 points and the game's done. And it's tough. I mean, I think there's a level of scrappiness. There's Minnesota, and all of our fans want to blame it on the reffing and he gets all the calls, and it's like, it's not that. They're
that wasn't last
out of us, and we need to get over it. I mean, that's the bottom line. Unfortunately, there's spurts where it seems like we're better than them, then there's you zoom out and you go, oh wait, nope, not even close. So gonna need a miracle, seriously. I mean, if we get this to 7 games, I think that'd be incredible.
We have to win these 2 here. I mean, you just got to get it. But let me ask you this. Again, Rudy, I grew up on Rudy. Rudy Gobert gets $100 million a year. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. The guy hasn't shown up in this tournament. They're different kinds of big men now. Victor, whatever his name is, with the Spurs. Chet Holmgren now he put some meat on that boy's bones. Watch out. But these are big men. I use these in Randall, who's a small big man, but they know how to put the ball on the floor. They know how to shoot the ball from 3. Rudy stands there waiting for something. He's scored 8 points in 2 ball games.
Yeah.
The biggest man on the court.
Yep.
You just say yes. Why is he still playing? They sat Randall for the fourth quarter yesterday.
Yeah, well, that I think was surprising. Now I think they kind of shipped the game again at the end of the third quarter. But you'd think Rudy would get enough putbacks or second chance points, something. And also, if you're not going to score, fine, you got other guys that shoot the ball. You better have 14, 15, 17 rebounds. And that isn't even happening. It's literally
he was
like, what
2
is he doing for 29 minutes? Yeah.
2 for 5. He's 7.5 foot tall. He never shoots outside of that little circle thing. How do you go 2 for 5? He should be 4 for 5. Yeah.
1 block and 2 fouls. That is not good time. Yeah, that is not $100 million a year time. That's bad.
So you're my man. I put your head on. Your coaching hat. OKC's saying, we just keep doing what we're doing until they can stop us. We're going to run them into the ground. What do you do if you're Finch? I'm saying, guess what? Rudy, Randall even maybe, we're going small. We're putting the Walker kid in. We're getting Nas in. We're going to put people. We have to change something because what's we're working isn't working.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I was thinking Nas maybe starting isn't the worst idea. I don't think they'll do that to Rudy. I really don't. I don't think they have that in them. But yeah, I don't hate that idea. Again, it seems like we've got the right formula, or at least a close to the right formula.
Yeah.
And then we go into halftime, and it's like, okay, guys, game's over. You know, you go out there, but you don't have to play. And all of a sudden it takes us to the fourth quarter to go, oh, wait, no, we're still playing a basketball game. And by then it's too late. So I don't know. I mean, you could see a big bounce back from Minnesota. But man, does Oklahoma City look way better. I mean, way better.
In every aspect.
Not even
so let's go to the trade with Cat.
Yeah.
I still will tell you now with Randall, it's playing again. Yesterday's the exception, playing very well in the playoffs. And DiVincenzo, who was, good God, hot or cold. We're still back to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think that trade hurted us. I don't know how many millions upon millions of dollars we saved. And New York's loving it over there. This might be the biggest win-win trade I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely is a win-win. I think I get a little bit of a kick out of this idea that it was, everyone's kind of, oh, New York did great. This is the greatest thing ever for both of us. Okay, sure, maybe, but also the two best teams in the East had to completely fumble for the New York Knicks to get anywhere near the finals. I mean, at least Minnesota, battled through some good teams. I mean, Cleveland just folded to the, I mean, and I realized that that's
funny.
We're a 6 seed and all these things, but it's not really the same thing. But I do, like we said, when the trade happened on the program, I think it's good for Cat. I think he doesn't have to try and pretend like he's the macho. Well, I should be the guy because I got drafted 1 overall and fighting with Ant. He went to a big market where he was clearly not the guy, still clearly not the guy. And I think he's played well. So he's a great second option. And I feel good that I'm happy for him that he's had success there.
Agreed. You already said you think the Knicks are going to win tonight big. I'm calling the Pacers to take this. I think that's fun. Tomorrow, Timberwolves and the Thunder from down under here in Minnesota. Your thoughts? Both games. Give me Saturday and Monday.
I think we win by 2 and then we lose by 18.
And then we're going back to OKC and have to win 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, and I'm praying that they win this one. They got to win this one tonight. They got to figure something out, and that gives us a shot. And you pull a miraculous thing out on Memorial Day. And now it's a whole other 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah,
but I have not seen it in this team yet. And watch the third quarter.
I don't
That's
see us
brilliant.
Winning by double digits against OKC. If we win, it's going to be a grinder, and we win, just squeak it out. But
I love that thing you said. First, second, and fourth quarters. The difference is 1 point in these 2 ball games. It's always the third. Con, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
See you next time, Al.
Connor's Full Court Press.